Bem-vindo, Namibia. A special welcome to our northern neighbors from Angola. Not so long ago, they would enter our borders in droves to visit friends and relatives, but mostly to conduct business. But it seems things have changed for the worst. We are here to find out how bad. Not so long ago, the town of Oshikango used to be a beehive of business activity. Business was at its pinnacle, and people would come from far and wide for shopping, entertainment, or mere observation of the flourishing trade, especially driven by foreign nationals who were exempted from paying VAT. Most of these foreign nationals were streaming in from neighboring Angola. Angola is Africa's second largest oil producer and attracted increasing investment after the civil war ended in 2002, as billions of dollars were spent on rebuilding the nation's infrastructure. But it is highly dependent on oil, which provides about 98% of export earnings and 3/4 of government revenue. The oil-dependent nation was one of Africa's fastest-growing economies over the past decade, but it is now grappling with a collapse in crude prices, which has led to a shortage of dollars in the economy. International banks reducing US dollar supplies also did not help the situation. By the end of 2015, the country's gross foreign reserves fell from roughly $32 billion in 2013 to $22 billion, equivalent to about 7 months of imports, according to the International Monetary Fund. The dire financial situation also heavily affected business in Oshikango. Celio Rodriguez is an entrepreneur who has been operating at Oshikango since business started flourishing at this border town. He tells us that things are definitely not what they used to be, and like almost every other business here, he is feeling the pinch.
It affected us way a lot. It actually got from bad to worse. And currently now we only surviving just to cover your expenses, that's all.
Rodriguez reveals that at least one business closed down on a monthly basis at Oshikango.
I think from my side, I think it will still go on. I think another 2 years or so, because with the situation, our business is actually dependent on our counterparts on the Angolan side, and the way it looks on their side, it's still way down. So for us, it will only change when they change. There's a very decline in the movement, especially here in Oshikango, because normally, you know, Ohangwena region was actually the main based place for the Angolians. It's where they have to attend, contact their doctors, come for shopping and all that. But it declines a lot. It's only the normal one now.
But Rodriguez remains hopeful that things will change for the better, with or without the Angolan market. Namibians themselves, he believes, can bring about positive change at this once prosperous town.
Imagine if we have to open up even 2 or 3 factories in Ohangwena region, it will boost the town itself, and it will cut off that dependency of us having to be depending on Angolan side. That's what I'm saying, a lot needs to be done from our side also. So population-wise here in Ohangwena region, we are a lot, and I think if you have to bring up a factory here, it doesn't mean you have to sell it in Oshikango, but you can always sell it out.
How are you?
Ayman Hijazi is the Chief Executive Officer at Import and Export International, a company that over the years maintained the status of one of the biggest employers at the border town. Like his business associates, he is very much aware of the dying prospects of the town.
Actually, it's not a secret that for the last couple of years, business in Oshikango has been really experiencing a lot of difficulties. And this affected the business in general around here and the community as well. So we do notice and we do say that there was a problem and crisis for the last couple of years in Oshikango, and it's still going on.
With the obvious decline in business, The company had to let go of a substantial number of its employees, not by choice, but circumstances left them no other option if they were to keep head above water. Like his fellow entrepreneurs, Hijazi sees light at the end of the tunnel.
Namibians will have the potential, and we can do so. But it's not all about the local market. There is a serious thing there, and there is a reality. We are part of this border here with Angola, where we are related and where we do business with Angola. We cannot ignore this fact. But in general, yes, Namibians, we have the potential. We can do by our own. We can do really great there.
The once prosperous, lucrative and attractive business center is dying a slow death and may turn into a ghost town if alternatives are not found to restore it to its former glory. Now, perhaps the situation is not that bad for everybody, but it's certainly not how it used to be. Now, despite the obvious decline of business here in Oshikango, those that remain standing are toiling on in what used to be the breadbasket of Namibia. Anna Nicodemus, NBC TV News, Oshikango.